Good day. This is Sir Noel again. Join me in our journey in learning in English for academic and professional purposes, Lesson 2, Quarter 2. We all know that the text or the composition can be classified into two forms. It could be non-academic or academic text. Well, I guess since you are now in grade 12, you have been exposed in the different text form. Well, maybe you have written a poem, an essay, and of course, during your grade 11, a form of research. It could be both in Filipino and in English. Another one, maybe you are exposed in doing your book review and other form of text. So the problem is, did you classify this text into academic or non-academic? So let's find out the difference of the two. When we talk about non-academic writing, it refers to writing that is informal and intended for a lay audience often without research or sources involved. Some common examples include letters, blog posts, newspaper, magazine articles, and fiction. We considered academic texts as critical, objective, specialized texts written by experts or professionals in a given field using formal language. This means that academic texts are based on facts with solid basis. Examples: books and book reports, translations, essays, research paper or research article, conference paper, academic journal, dissertation, and thesis. So these are written to obtaining an advanced degree at a college or university. So now, were you able to differentiate the two, the academic and non-academic? Simply, when we talk about the non-academic, that is informal, using informal language, but in terms of academic text, we have used or we are using some formal words. So the last lesson we talk about the distinctive characteristics of academic text, and one of that is the use of the formal language. And under the formal language, to consider it as an academic, we have to avoid using some colloquial words, or it could be an idiomatic expression, or some abbreviated words which are not necessary or signifies that those are informal language. Now, characteristics of academic text. First, clearly structured introduction, body, conclusion. It comprises with the following elements, which we are going to dig deeper on the latter part of our lesson. Second, we have your formal. Another, it includes information from credible sources which are properly includes a list of references. So meaning to say, for example, when you are writing a thesis or your research study, well, you are citing different information or statement taken from other books or taken from books, magazines, and different reading materials, which are useful to defend our arguments. Academic texts usually follow an established structure, which refers to the internal organization of the text. It is called text structure. Text structure is one of the two categories of how text can be organized. Meaning to say, in short, when we talk about text structure, that is how each idea or information is organized in a certain composition. The other category is text features. Text structures refer to the organizational patterns of text. Generally, it composed of text types, parts, transitional words and phrases, patterns of organization, sentences, and paragraphs. This is the table how we're going to differentiate the text features and the text structures. Some common elements in the text features are the title, the headings and subheadings, graphics, charts, pictures, maps, captions, table of contents, index, and glossary. While in text structure, we have here the type. It could be argument, informational, or narrative. Also, the introduction, conclusion, transition words and phrases, patterns of organization, could be description, sequence, problem solution, cause and effect, compare contrast, sentence, and paragraph. So these are the factors that differentiate the text features and the text structures. The common parts of the text pertain to the IBC. These are the introduction, the body, and the conclusion structure, each part consists of the subcomponents that could help readers identify the main ideas stated or implied, and supporting details using patterns of organization. First, the introduction. The introduction provides the context, background of the argument. It introduces the theoretical perspectives, terminology, etc. that will be used. It explains how the writing will be organized, meaning to say, the introduction itself, it gives a hint on what you are talking about in your text or composition. In the body, where the essays or articles or argument, ideas and results are developed and discussed. The body is also called the heart of the composition or the text because it involves or circulates the whole idea or information stipulated on your composition or your text. And of course, in conclusion, it should not contain any new facts or ideas, but rather function as a brief restatement of the main arguments and facts that have been treated in the essay. So usually the conclusion and the introduction, it could be one paragraph or two paragraphs. But when it comes to the body, it must be comprises of at least 10 when you're 10 or 5 paragraph for the development of your ideas. Some texts also use the argument in developing their ideas, which begins with a claim, followed by the reasons for the claim, then supported by pieces of evidence. It includes counterclaim or refutation. So this means that collected ideas from different sources. Another component of text structure is the use of transition words or phrases. These transition words or phrases are used to show relationship among ideas. They are found all throughout the text parts and patterns of organization. Transition words or phrases make the connecting of one idea to another idea or one part to another part of the text formal, clear, and organized. Our five common patterns of organization using text. First, we have order or sequence. Order or sequence texts that follow this structure tell the order which step in a process or series of events occur. So we have the following transition applicable in this kind of pattern. We have here next, first, last, second, another, then, additionally, finally, before, preceding, and others. Example, first, read the manual of the device. Second, turn on the device. Then, the set location, time, and date. So as you can see, in order of sequence, it follows an order using nominal numbers like first, second, and then the word then. Second, we have a comparison and contrast. Texts that follow this structure tell about the differences and similarities of two or more objects, places, events, or ideas by grouping their traits for comparison. Some common transitions are, however, unlike, like, by contrast, yet, in comparison, although, whereas, similar to, different from, as opposed to, instead of, as well as. An example, unlike quantitative research, qualitative research uses descriptive data. So here in example sentence, we use the word unlike. So as you can see, in that given sentence, we are giving comparison or contrast of the idea between the quantitative research and the qualitative research. Third, we have here description or the list. This structure resembles an outline. Each section opens with each main idea, then elaborates on it, sometimes dividing the elaboration into subsections. Some common transitions are, for instance, specifically, in particular, in addition, to illustrate, such as most important and another. Example sentence: Filipinos are very appreciative of art such as plays, paintings, music, and literature. So here we're giving a description on the kind of fondness that Filipinos have. Next, we have here the cause and effect. Effect. In texts that follow this structure, the reader is told the result of an event or occurrence and the reasons it happened. Some common transitions are consequently, therefore, as a result, thereby, leads to, because of, in order to, for this reason, thus, if then, may be due to. Example: everyone followed health protocols. As a result, the pandemic was gradually eradicated. In the given example, it showed the cause and effect of the health protocols. The last, we have here the problem solution. This presents a problem and several possible solutions. The author may also describe the pros and cons of each solution. Common transitional words: the problem is, the difficulty is, it is possible to, if then, one challenge is, and therefore. Example: the problem that we are facing is the lack of self discipline of the society. So, those are the 5 common patterns of organization used in. So, this is an example of graphic organizer of the structures of an academic text and understand the whole text. Well, I guess that's all for now. Have a great day.